Hey guys, Artosis here, bringing you some more of the highlights of the Asian Championships in BSL 15. This is game number 2 of match 1 in Group D. We are jumping around once again, only going after matches that look really interesting, and of course any Mihu match looks like that, considering this guy has won the last 2 BSLs in a row. So we have Mihu up here at 12 o'clock, going up against LcY, is what we're calling him. Here at the mid-right, this is LcYdH, a 3-player map, a fantastic map. And I gotta tell you what, like that first game between them was good. It looked good. LcY, in my opinion, actually really outplayed Mihu in the early game, but then he made a poor attack on 3 bases, and Mihu just mangled him after that. Like, if you spend your entire army on 3 bases and you don't get a good advantage as Protoss, you're gonna be in trouble. Like, in fact, if you spend your whole army on 4 bases, a lot of times you'll be in trouble. You really, the general consensus is you need to be up on 5 bases before you can start losing armies. Which honestly doesn't take that long for Protoss. Like, after you take the 3rd, you can take a 4th relatively quickly, and then the 5th is a little bit later. But yeah, that's... other than that, I think LcY played really, really well. This guy, I don't know much about him, but his skills look strong there. I do know that he does some commentary in the Chinese scene as well. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing if he can maybe give Mihu a run for his money here once again. You know, I think a lot of players might have even died in the position Mihu was in early on. There was some scuffling going on and everything, and looked dicey for a moment. I thought he was, like, maybe taking a little bit too much of a risk. But anyways, we'll see how this goes down. LcYdH, like I mentioned, this is a fantastic map. Still used pretty regularly. Like, we haven't had it in the ladder for a while, and it's been a few seasons since it's been in ASL, but it's still used in a lot of tournaments and show match series. It's definitely one of the most beloved maps that there are in StarCraft 1. Like, I'm trying to think. I'm fairly certain this is the best 3-player map ever made at this point. And we've had some pretty reasonable 3-player maps, and, you know, obviously something that I mention a lot when I'm commentating 3-player maps is that I find them more interesting in many ways than the other maps. There's just a big variety of what can happen, and the fact that there is only one other main base besides the 2 that the players start in means that the map can't be split, right? Like, there's always an imbalance there, which causes a lot more action, really, in, like, every matchup, right? Maybe TVZ can be a little bit different because you can maybe contain them at that point and not have the more action. But yeah, like, for instance, TVT always amazing on 3-player maps. TVP, I feel like, very much the same. So anyways, let's see how this goes down. This is a 2-gate range opener from LcY. We'll see how he wants to continue this forward. Like, there's several ways that you can play this. You can go 4 goons expansion. You can go, like, just tons of goons. You can go for a DT rush follow-up. Yeah, there's a fair variety that can come out of this. You can notice that he didn't scout. He's actually goon scouting here, which is normal, right? Like, this is very expensive to sport 2 gates early on. So he is cutting the corners by, like, not scouting, basically. Obviously, you can see he's cut some probes as well. He's just slightly behind as far as that worker count goes. A bunker goes down immediately here. Oh, this is very interesting to me. Now, I guess he's just going to throw the command center, Mihu is. This is super safe, though. Yeah, that's going to be very hard to break. But the pushing out could be... Well, I guess it won't be that tricky. Honestly, the way that I think most Terrans deal with this, and again, Mihu, not most Terrans, that's why he's so fun to watch. Most Terrans would take their command center, build the bunker, and just get siege, then tank, right? And then, like, you'd basically have a bunker, you'd have a bunch of SCVs repairing it for a while, and you just siege up your tanks behind. And, you know, there'd be maybe a little bit of scuffling going on, but at least you have that expansion up. Taking a look down here, let's count, right? So 2, 5. Okay, so we went up to 5 goons. I feel like I don't normally see 5. 4 2-shots a tank, but yeah, this is completely fine. An economic version, so he's forced Mihu into this very defensive stance, right? Siege mode, Bunker in the main. He's going to float this out. He's getting the engineering bay because you never know if they're going DT from here. Obviously, we can see that he's not. He's going into Robo, and in fact, looks like third Nexus as well. But this containment slows your opponent so much that you're able to just get very economic after it. Honestly, looking at these openings, because Mihu has to push out here against 5 goons, which is tricky, right? Because, again, 4 goons, 2 shots a tank. So you have to be very careful moving forward. It takes 3 tanks in siege mode to 1 shot a goon. Okay, so these are important numbers. Let's take a look how this goes. Like, he could run up and maybe kill 2 tanks here. He'd probably lose 3 or 4 goons. But something like that could be worth it. Now, he backs up because he took extra volleys. Like, he wasn't on top of blocking this as soon as it happened. So that's completely fine. Now, Mihu going to send his SCVs down. Oh, third base over here. I thought he would take this mineral base here. That's pretty common, but taking the ramped base is never a bad idea. One thing we can say for certain, though, this is a very turtled position for Mihu, right? He spent a lot of money on defense. Missile turrets, Academy on the way, which is very standard Mihu. He likes to get scanners after he puts his turrets down, and a bunch of tanks in siege mode. You can't move out as Mihu anytime soon. Now, he could add factories and maybe look for a push a little bit later. We'll see if he goes for something like that. But LcY, once again, in my opinion, I think this was a solid opener. I think he did a good job. And with Citadel coming up, I think we're going to see an Arbiter Rush, a 3-base Arbiter Rush. Now, Mihu, with the speed of his scanners, if he scans and figures out that this is like 2-gate into Arbiter, we should see him take a 3rd base really quickly, or possibly push, because Mihu is a 4-factory type of guy. He does a lot of macro 4-factory builds, but you can if you go 4-factory, you can always attack. Like, well, I say always attack. Obviously, there's always counters to everything, but like if you have 4 factories this quickly, you have enough units that pushing out is not an insane move by any means. Comm stats are on the way. Probes transferring over. Probe count starting to really boost up here for LcY. Look at that, 40 probes. So he went from being down 2 when he was cutting. He's now up 7 and going to be mining from 3 different bases. So his income going to look fantastic. Oh, look at this. Just adding gateways. It looks like this is Gateway Man. Templar Archives now. Oh, this is fascinating. Okay. So it looks Gateway Man-ish, but then Templar Archives, but we don't have shuttles or anything. Maybe he'll just add the shuttles, you know, to use Psystorm defensively there. I'm not sure. We'll see. Now, observers up here just kind of watching. Oh, it looks like this pylon's very poorly placed. It's blocking probes from going back. But Mihu's getting ready for a push. He's unsieged, and he's got a lot of tanks. Oh, my God. He has 9 tanks right now, and he's switching into vultures. This has potential to win the game. This is a scary, scary push. Looking at what LcY has, like he's making zealots. He does have legs coming. But if Mihu pushes down very quickly, maybe gets into this area or this area and just rallies vultures. Oh, okay, so Mihu's siege is here. Honestly, I think that was a mistake. I think sieging, like, he kills a couple goons, but what I'm trying to say here is he has a lot of units, right? Like, his opponent has been very greedy this game after the 2-gate opener. So you need to get down there immediately. Like, you actually have enough units to just kind of win a fight. But here we go. He comes down. Siege is part of his tank line. Needs to target goons with those 3 siege tanks. The vultures starting to clear some of these as well. And it looks like he will kill all the goons. LcY in some trouble now. A lot of gateways are out, though. More zealots coming. Speed almost done. A couple DTs being mixed in as well. Does Mihu have scans? Yes, it looks like he does. All right, the DTs, oh, not going to do as much as he was hoping for. But now Zealot legs are done. There's only 2 goons here, so you don't actually need to siege at all. The siege tank should be targeting goons as much as is possible. Lots of vultures here trying to kill off these zealots. Honestly, a pretty good trade by LcY. Mihu still does have a few units, but not that many. Now, vultures coming down. If Mihu can rally really quickly here, there's still potential for a kill, but there's so many gateways, I think LcY is going to hold on. He should be able... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. He's got to target these. Okay, down goes that one, and this one will fall as well, and that means that the push is over. So no tanks really remain, and so this is now going to flop around, and LcY is going to get insane map control. Look at this. He's up 12 workers. He's got, what is this, 6? He has 9 gates, 3 bases, healthy probes, and he killed off Mihu's entire army. Now, Mihu is not dead. I don't like his position. It looks tough. But Mihu is very good in this type of circumstance. Like, he gets into positions like this very, very often. He trades early army more than any other Terran in the world. At least more than any other good Terran in the world. So he sets up a turret here and has a little siege. 4 factories. He's going to have to add some more. This third command center is a little over halfway done. Meanwhile, we have LcY taking another base here. This is not the greatest base. These only have 1,000 minerals, and this is 1,500 gas. So while this is very easy to take, it almost doesn't count as a new base. It'll actually run out about the same time as the third, right? So the way that that staggers, like, when you take this base, you have to kind of keep that in mind because it's not going to feel like a regular base for as long. Now, SCV is being sent over to this third. Mihu's SCV count not as high as we're used to seeing, but it's still fine. Like 54 for 3 bases is not terrible. Again, you want in probably mid 60s. I would say like 64-ish probes is pretty solid. Or SCVs, whatever. Anyways, more factories being added. Looks like he is going to continue those upgrades really well on time. A few mines being laid out as well. We did hear some scans, so he's definitely checking what's going on. As we can see, it looks like we're going to have High Templars in the shuttle and then just Zealot and Dragoon. Observer speed on the way. Oh, that's sight range, actually. Doesn't that look like a booster? Seriously. Right? Tell me in the comments if you think that looks more like it should be speed than Observer sight range. Like, what the hell is that doing there that means sight? Okay, so Mihu is trying to keep this position, like, pretty well defended. It's kind of funny looking. A lot of units rallied here. He is laying a few mines in the main like we already looked at. Now, I think probably this has to be his 4th base. It'll cover his flank. From there, you have 2 options. You push south, attacking this and taking this. I think that's the strongest option. But there is the possibility that you just hold this area really strong and maybe push into the center. That seems difficult, right? Because if we zoom way out, you can see this is a very wide open area, and there are these other little paths that Protoss can run through. Now, another Nexus being started, the 5th base here for LcY. Hasn't really wasted anything. Looking very good. Vessel on the way. The Vulture's trying to run around, but plenty of goons out, and a good spread of them as well. I'm going to push that back. You can see on that production tab, Kadarian Amulet, 2-1 for Terran, EMP on the way as well. Mihu just continuing to mass. You know, there's a certain calmness to watching Mihu play, where it's like he's not taking his bases that quickly, but he's just consistently producing, keeping his army supply high, and you just can't kill the guy. Like, most Protoss losses is just beating your head into the wall that is Mihu. Like, a lot of his games look exactly like this, where he'll actually have an early attack that does not kill his opponent, and then sit there and get attacked until his Protoss opponent kind of kills himself upon Mihu. But we'll see if that's going to be the case. Like, LcY made that mistake in the previous game, but now he's on 5 base, and this is actually something I was talking about. 5 bases is where you can actually start spending armies. But right now the supply is 196 to 163. So that is actually quite easy for Mihu to hold. You don't want to do a full frontal attack into his full army. But if he starts getting spread thin, that's where you want to attack. Looking back down at LcY's base, more gates. Nothing really over here. He's putting a pylon here, which tells us he's going to make a bunch of gates here, most likely. That's why you'd be making a pylon to the side, so you have a lot of room. LcY is maxed. Continuing his upgrades, doing a good job with that. He's got 1-1 already, 2-2 on the way. Bunch of gates being added. I really like this. I think he's playing quite a nice game. I want to see him take this base, and I want to see him take this base and sit in a big arc. I think that that would be a fantastic move here because Mihu is maxing out, but make the onus be on him for attacking you. Now, here comes Mihu. We do have a lot of Psy Storms, right? 3 High Templars in here and 3 on the ground. So that is a hell of a lot of storms. Let's see if he can take a nice engagement. Here we go. Psy Storms start to fall from the skies here. First storm does all right. Beautiful storm right there. Nice defense matrix, but another fantastic storm. And Zealot's getting on top of everything. LcY doing a great job pushing this army back. It may be time to turn around, though. He's picked off a lot of tanks. You don't want to throw away the rest of this army. Oh, wait. More reinforcing Zealots coming up from the south. Getting in on top of these siege tanks. Oh, my God. Another storm there as well. Looks like a Mind Drag will come in. And he's going to end up trading his entire army out here. Ooh, 2 Psy Storms are actually remaining on that one. 3 tanks remain for Mihu. So it was somewhat close. I do think he should have pulled back a little bit earlier. If you still have 8 goons and the 3 High Templars that were here and those 8 Zealots, I don't think that trade was worth it. If he waits 2 rounds after that and goes again, that could be a victory. But you can see now the supply's even. But LcY taking more bases. Another Nexus here, another Nexus here. So that's pretty darn good. Vulture's running in. There's plenty of cannons here, so not really too worried. Looks like he may deny this cannon, but, I mean, not a lot of damage can really be dealt. Mihu actually going up in army supply here momentarily. He does have a lot of factories, but these mineral patches aren't going to last forever. He's actually falling down to 2 base right now. And the additional base he's taking is that one that runs out more quickly. And looking at it, it's actually going to run out similar time to the 3rd. Again, like I was talking about before, like you have to watch out for that on this map. Now, a lot of siege tanks coming in, but this attack is fantastic. He can kill off a lot of these siege tanks if he micros correctly. Moving forward with these goons, getting the Zealots on top of him. Okay, I think it is time to pull back, though. The goons are going to get splattered if he remains. Really going for it, but now... Oh, the Psy Storm drop! Maybe this will make the difference. Another storm goes down. And, well, he does end up losing every single Dragoon. Gets the High Templars out, but reduces the tank count once again. Quite the game here. Now, a big bank is going to start massing up here again. I don't think Mihu has an attack that can occur, because most of his supply is Vultures. He doesn't have that many tanks, really, when you look at this, right? 7 tanks right now. 1 in the main, so 8 tanks total. That's not enough to really attack Protoss with when Protoss has this many gateways, even though his supply is very good. Now, these Nexuses are up. No probes at them as of yet. Big probe transfer coming, though. Goons back in for now. Some scans going down from Mihu. Just laying his mines out. And I guess what I'm looking for at this point is, where does Mihu want to move to next? He can expand here by pushing his army this way. But do you push through the center or do you push through here? You can't rally through here well, but the center is, excuse me, much more open. The other choice, of course, is to push into this location, but this base has already been mostly mined out. So attacking in this direction, is it going to be powerful? It might be still. Okay, LcY coming up once again. He does have a 20 supply advantage. His army not that big. Oh, that storm really not that good. Second storm does pretty well on the Vultures. You got to watch, though, as the Zealots get soaked up. He does need to pull back. Oh, 2 very damaged tanks here that he does not finish off, unfortunately. Both with 1 hit from anything, they will die. But he does save them. LcY, I got to say, he is holding his own against Mihu. Like, if he cleans up these engagements just slightly, I feel like he would actually have a big edge right now. As is, though, Mihu continues to mass up, moving forward. Ooh, picks off this High Templar, pushing everything back. Mihu keeping that money very, very low as well. He is making this additional command center, really important. All right, a lot of Zealots coming up. Ooh, the Mind Drag could be insane. Doesn't quite get it. Actually kills the mine there. Dropping some Zealots on top of this. A couple Psy Storms go down. Decent Psy Storms for sure. The Zealot's not quite able to get any mine tracks in here. Another beautiful side storm, though. Oh, my God. The storm's absolutely eating through this army. More units rallying up from the bottom. Look at this. Just a never-ending line of units coming out from LCY, but still tanks remain. These Archons trying to make themselves here. We do have some storms, but you can't really walk High Templars into this. Looks like this base will be killed off. Would love to see Mihu throw a command center down here. But I think he's got to slow his attack. If he over pushes here, he might end up losing his army. All right, defense matrix goes down. The tank going to tank a lot of damage here because of that. Additional tank's going to help to clear out these Dragoons. A lot of Zealots coming out as well. The Goons really needed to turn around. Losing like 8 Goons to kill 1 tank, not the right move. You know, I think LCY would have killed many, many, many Terrans here, so maybe having a hard time judging what is an appropriate battle. But Mihu just holding on. He has these 3-2 upgrades against the 2-2, which is, by the way, fantastic upgrades for LCY. Zealots getting up on top of some of these siege tanks. A little bit hard to make them connect, though, without Goons there. Okay, finally some probes up in this area. Excuse me, sorry. Kind of an exciting game, losing some of my breath here. Mihu taking this base, which is very, very important. Crucial base for him to take. No additional tech, so no Arbiter or anything to try to hit a base like that. So this base is going to be very, very, very safe unless shuttles come out. Now, the map is getting somewhat split. Okay, so let's take a look. You have your quadrant of 4, and then you're taking 2 more as Mihu. So we're going up to 6 bases there. Then you have, over on this side, like, he can't take this base again, but it's mostly mined out. But yeah, this is his quadrant of 4, and this is the other quadrant of 4. So he's going up to 8 against, or, well, actually, this is, and then this is. Okay, sorry. Anyways, it looks like it's going to be about 6 base versus 8, right? This one was mostly mined out. We're not going to completely count it. You know, these middle bases are kind of hard to count exactly as bases. So it's not as powerful. It's I guess it's closer to like 5.5 against like 7 bases, if that makes sense. That's if he gets this base, LCY, and this base. Okay, I know that right now I sound crazy to people as I calculate like the bases, but this is what I've been trying to talk about with 3-player maps, where you can't quite exactly split it, right? Even if Mihu does split the line like that, he's down bases. Now, are those enough bases for LCY to just win the game off of that? That's another question. All right, Mihu moving towards this bottom left main. If he takes over this area, it's huge. Now, a flank coming in, Dragoons and Psy Storms. To see those Psy Storms going down on the Vultures. Wow, really fantastic. The Vulture's going to be out of position. Oh, my God. LCY is going to break this. LCY is absolutely going to break this army. Amazing Psy Storms. Mihu a bit too clumped here. The Zealots getting on top of everything. And LCY has to be feeling good about this engagement. Oh, the Zealots, don't be attacking the SV. Get on top of these tanks. Let's throw another storm down. Come on. More rallying units come out, and not the best finish. I feel like if he microed a little bit better, he kills this and has several gateway units still left over. But he does end up clearing everything. More tanks coming down for Mihu. Mihu is trying to salvage his position. Nice Psy Storm goes down. And, yeah, I think Mihu can kill all the High Templars, which is nice with these reinforcements. Oh, my God. So much damage on everything, though. Seriously. Mihu with like 6 units left over. A lot of reinforcements from both sides. LCY having a hard time keeping up in supply now, though. He does not have the bank he once had. His economy is still very strong, but having a hard time really engaging Mihu. Now, coming up with this army, he may be able to knock this out. There's only 2 siege tanks. Oh, nothing in there. It would have been nice to drop. Oh, sickest mind drag with that goon. You don't see goons mind dragging as often. Oh my God, he made a Nexus and the command center is trying to lift on it. Kind of a crazy game right now. More tanks coming down as the goons run up here trying to clear the mines and thus the tanks. If you could get up here and get rid of the command center, it'd be awesome, but can't quite do it. Mihu just too quick. Gets in on top of everything. And now he's got to clear that Nexus and take this base. This base is pretty crucial for Mihu. Let's take a look at minerals. Gone, gone, almost gone, almost gone. Okay, healthy. So he really does need another healthy base ASAP. Gone. Almost gone. Not going to take this again. Hasn't taken this base. Absolutely insane. It's a free base. Almost gone. Healthy, healthy, healthy. All right, so here we go. Once again, LcY running in for another attack drop-in. Oh, my God, the Mind Drag's absolutely beautiful. Can't go all the way in here, though. This is a great line of tanks. He's going to lose a lot if he tries that, but he's going to be able to clear this base once again. These SCVs not likely to get out. He might even be able to get the command center. No, it doesn't look like it this time. SCV is going to try to drill out of here. Dude, LcY, now look at this. Up 40 supply. Doing a fantastic job this game. Really holding his own against Mihu. You know, definitely we have some players in these, excuse me, Asian championships that are not that strong, but definitely you can see there is some depth in the region. Like, LcY looks like a very strong Protoss player. Getting in now to this base with some Zealots. Now, this might be a little wasteful. Let's see how much he ends up getting. It is a lot of Zealots going down. He's going to end up killing, like, 4 tanks maybe. A couple Vultures here as well. And, I mean, he's disrupting mining maybe slightly. But I feel like right now, LcY needs to just get another big army together. Get some Psystorms in there as well. He's basically, every time Mihu has tried to attack him, LcY has crushed the army. Every time LcY is attacked into Mihu, who was already in a fortified position, he's gotten himself wrecked, right? And so often that is the case in Terran versus Protoss. It can be very hard to attack into a position that your opponent already has his units set up in. That's for sure. Now, Mihu's only mining over here. Everything else is gone. He needs this base, and he needs to keep this one alive. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Okay, Mihu actually does some great dodging here. Doesn't lose that many SCVs, so good defense. Good defense. That does hurt the supply of LcY a little bit. This Nexus, or a command center, gets put down. I don't think he knows about it. Good spread here. Mihu's sieging up as he pushes out through this little tiny area. There's not much traversable terrain right here, just to let you know. This is like actually kind of hard to push through. That's why I was talking about, do you push through here or do you push through here? More defensive, but way more clumped, way slower to get through. Now, where's the rest of LcY's army? Okay, a lot of Zealots here. I think he's going to attack into here, but I feel like he's not going to have enough Zealots up here. These are great, but the tanks are going to splatter everything up here if he attacks. And that's making me nervous. Like, it's just his Zealots, he needs some up here to tank if he's going to attack in. But he's backing up for now. This is allowing Mihu to do a better spread push, right? He's coming out. He's like, okay, 1 tank in the front there. We have Vultures ready to come in from the side, laying some additional mines. All right, here come a bunch of Zealots. One's a Zealot in there. Okay, okay. Ooh, yeah. See, the Goons having a little bit of a hard time. He does have a lot of Psystorms here as well. LcY out of base. Does he's like forgetting that this exists, I swear. Like, he has 2,000 minerals. This is the freest base on the map. Like, Terran can never attack there. It's so far away. Honestly, if he had taken this at some point, he would have so much more money right now. It would be insane. So definitely a little bit of a mistake coming out of LcY. They are both max. LcY has the bigger bank. Oh, he's moving his whole army over here. Swinging the action. Vulture's coming down, but he will break this position with what he's got. Now, Mihu quickly unsieges and is bringing the rest of his army. He wants to save this location. He is going to lose a lot of these tanks. All the units on the high ground are going to end up dying. I wouldn't mind him pulling the Goons back pretty soon here. Actually, they're slowing the Vultures now. Oh, great defense matrix. He will clear these tanks. Going to go after, well, the command center, but maybe the SCVs would be a bit better here. Few Zealots randomly up here attacking into the siege tanks. 3-3 not yet done for him. You can see how strong that 3+3 armor actually is against the Zealots with a double attack. This Nexus actually being retaken, and still, yeah, he literally forgot this exists. You do not take this when this is open at this point in the game. All right, Mihu pushing now. Looking to kill a base. This also defends this location, which is very powerful for him as well. Okay, so LcY has a pretty big bank. Like, he's lagging behind on remaxing. We can see, yeah, he's producing a hell of a lot of Zealots right now. Can he take the proper engagement, though? Like, are you just going to try to save this base? Might be the right play. Okay, lose that High Templar, only one Storm, unfortunately. I think you just have to give this base up. Trying to save this is a fool's errand. Yeah, he's dropping out the Psy Storms. But not enough Zealots up here, I think. That's a couple decent ones off. Ooh, a Psy Storm here would be really nice. Okay, throws one on the tanks. You know what? No. Okay, I thought he might actually break through there, but Mihu's getting more and more efficient. More units coming up, but this is all staggered. If LcY had this together, he definitely would have defended this base. And while he'll save the Nexus, a lot of probes go down, a lot of high-quality Protoss units as well, all those High Templars that fell. A little bit unfortunate. Trying to attack over into these tanks now. Mihu rallying more down. Still has a bit of income here. These two very healthy bases mining. Another Psystorm. Ooh, beautiful Psystorm right there. Can he actually finish the tanks, though? That's the big question. No is the answer, unfortunately. More Zealots are here, but you can't just force Zealots through that position. A ton more Zealots. Oh, my God. A lot of High Templars being added in. Finally, some Dragoons. Definitely something he needs. I think, yeah, once again, sometimes it's better to give up a base and just retake it later by having some clean engagements. Mihu relentless with his macro, sending so many units down right now. All right, well, I guess LcY will get a little bit of mining done here. Mihu, though, starting to push everything back. It's starting to look a bit better for Mihu, but LcY maybe still has a chance here. Like, if he gets a very good engage, but this is not it. Zealots into Vulture tank. Not going to turn out well for him, unfortunately, but Psy Storms can change that. That is a beautiful Psy Storm right there. Blowing up every tank. The Psy Storm goes down, but not enough remaining army. I gotta say, like, really, a wild game. LcY is falling down in supply once again, and his mineral patches are getting more and more sparse. Still forgetting about this base. He could have and maybe should have won this game. But at this point, it feels like Mihu is tightening the noose. If Mihu can make it to this location and secure this base, that's it, I think. Especially since this base never did get taken. But it feels like LcY is actually quite strong. Like, if he had done his engagements a little bit more cleanly or had taken that base once again, you know, this game definitely could have gone in the other direction. But Mihu is taking over the area now. It seems like LcY is going to have one more good engage left in him, and then he's going to be dry. His army quality has gone up a bit. Okay, bombing. Oh, very nice Mind Drag. It doesn't quite kill that one. Damn, man, these +3 armor tanks are... There's a lot of them living with barely any health left over. Okay, LcY. Back up here. Huge amount of siege tanks right there. Yeah, I don't think there's much left to the engagement. Like, it all comes down to Mihu making mistakes of letting everything get Psystormed or like a big Mind Drag. Losing this base now as well. There's just not really anything left for him to mine. So this should be the very final battle of this game. Let's see what those storms can do for him. Well, I mean, the storms are pretty good, but there's nothing to help finish everything off. Doesn't even get that last storm off. A few more goons coming out to their death. And looks like Mihu will take down LcY 2-0, but a great series. GG.